What makes a brand great? What makes it iconic? What makes you want to use it? Today I'm here at Few Spirits in Evanston, Illinois to talk with founder and master distiller Paul Hletko. We're going to talk about his brand, Few Spirits. We're going to talk about what makes it so iconic and what makes it work for so many. I'm going to go in now, but I warn you, you have to be 21 to follow me, okay? So, kids, leave the room. My name is Adam Voss. I'm a father, an entertainer, and I'm a marketing geek on the hunt for cool brands. I've only got 12 minutes to tell you about their stories in our city. This is 12 for 12. Well, Paul, thank you for inviting us in your home away from home here at Few Spirits.
Thanks, Adam. Glad to be here.
So let me start with passion. How important is passion to you and what you do?
Starting a new business is so impossibly difficult, but what we are doing is we're chasing a dream, we're chasing a passion, we're doing what we want to do, and I think that tends to kind of come through in not only the product but also the story and in the way it's presented.
The story of Few, how did the name start first off?
Well, I mean, the name itself started from the fact that we wanted a name that was going to convey the fact that we're small.
Yeah.
We wanted to convey the fact that we're rare, it's exclusive. I wanted to convey the fact that the hammering noises in the background are real people doing real work.
Sure.
But what the name Few is supposed to evoke is that there's not a whole lot. Few is supposed to evoke the fact that we're small, we're high quality, and you're not always going to be able to find it. It's also true that we are situated here in Evanston, Illinois, which would be the home of the Prohibition movement.
Right.
So Prohibition started here in Evanston in the 1850s.
Sure.
Local Evanston resident ended up spearheading the movement kind of nationally with a group called the Women's Christian Temperance Union, the WCTU. She was the second head of the WCTU. She lived about a mile north of here, and her name was Frances Elizabeth Willard. And so as we were kind of trying to come up with names that were going to evoke the fact that we were small and rare and exclusive, we also wanted a name that was going to help tie the brand together with a place and time and be authentic to who we are and what we are, reflect the fact that we're proud of where we live.
So the visual identity with these pictures, this was in your mind in developing the brand?
Trying to convey that kind of look and feel of the Columbian Exposition. It feels like it came from there, but it's not pandering, it's not over the top.
The Columbian Exposition of 1893 had a huge impact on the city of Chicago. It celebrated the rebirth of the city after the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. And it meant that Chicago was a major metropolitan player, besting New York, DC, and St. Louis for the honor of hosting. Not only that, it had a profound effect on architecture, the arts, modern sanitation, and American industrialization, and debuted many innovations at the time, such as the electric fountain, the Ferris wheel, and the Statue of the Republic, which can all be prominently seen on Few's bottles. What about the bottle? I mean, it's got this kind of square apothecary look, you know, it looks like an older bottle. There aren't many bottles like that on the shelf.
I think the visual look is a way to kind of separate it on the shelf as well. The look and feel is consistent from product to product, and so it gives the consumer the confidence to try it. Once they've tried one and they like it, you know, maybe it gives you the confidence to try another one and like it, and you recognize that it's coming from the same family. It's just a clean look, which is our modern interpretation of a long-term classic. How important is taking like the old classic recipes, processes, ideas, and translating them? Well, I think it's really important. I think you have to be true to who you are and you have to be authentic. And so you have to be able to take the classics and have your own spin on it. Otherwise, people just go by your competitor.
You're concocting, you're experimenting.
Yeah, we certainly try to do everything that's going to be ours. We try to put our own twist on classic recipes. We talk about product quality being a given. In the spirits business, you have to have product quality. Without it, you're dead from day one. So what we try to do is make sure that we have our own modern twist on it. We try to do something that's a little bit different. We try to make sure we have that quality that people are looking for, but also have something that's going to be different and it's our own view. So we tend to think that all of our products have their own unique signature, its own fewness, that when you taste one, you can kind of recognize that it kind of comes from the same place, even though they're all different and unique. Our products are sold now on 5 continents, across 25 countries, and across 20 states. And so I think some of our message is starting to get out there. And, you know, we're on the bar in New Zealand, we're on the bar north of the Arctic Circle in Sweden.
Wow. You just had your 4th birthday Few Friday event.
Yeah, 4 years is kind of a big deal. We've been something we're pretty proud of. You know, we're kind of some of the granddaddies in this business now, and we're pretty proud of the fact that we'll be able to survive 4 years. So there's no sign of anything happening. The lights are still on.
And you had a party?
The party was great. People were here. People had a good time.
I don't need ice in my drink. I keep things neat, at least with whiskey. I don't need anyone to think that I can't get by. I don't need to believe there's some bright future for you and me. I'd be consoled if only to know it's not easy for you to stay away. I have spent enough time on the wrong side of unrequited love. Let me make it clear that I always get by somehow.
I've been a Few customer since shortly after they opened, actually. I used to live just a couple blocks away.
I love the square bottle. I think it's really cool. I love the old-fashioned labels. It's just kind of my thing.
I enjoyed it so much, I brought my family here for the first time today.
I'm a 3rd generation Evanstonian as well, so I'm very excited to have a distillery here in my hometown.
I'm one of the distillers here at Few Spirits.
They are a small group of people, but they have such a large reach.
Nowadays, especially, as people think that we're way bigger than we are.
I didn't even realize that most whiskeys are made in these huge factories.
It's still just a very few of us doing everything by hand.
I know where it comes from.
By doing everything by hand, we get a very unique flavor profile. So I think if they don't know about it, the customer can really taste that difference and taste the kind of uniqueness of the spirit.
I'm a big gin person, and it's not your typical gin. They have a lot of different varieties.
I like to drink it.
And here's a regular guy who studied this and learned it, an attorney who totally switched careers, and Paul has put in his sweat and his tears.
It's my neighborhood booze.
People want to be a part of something. With Few Spirits, people can be a part of the brand. Certainly we make it, but we're just simply part of the story. The real story is the people out in the real world who are drinking it and sharing it. The real story is lifelong friends sitting down and sharing a dram. That's what this brand is about. It may be depicted somewhere else, but what we are about is bringing people together. And I think that authenticity and that truth is something that you can't fake, and people recognize it when they see it. You have to be true to who you are and what you are.
Last question, what's next for Few? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
You know, what we're doing is trying to chase what we want to do. We're always trying to come up with new things. We're trying to grow. We're trying to expand. We're trying to build the brand. You know, we're available right now on, basically across the world. We're looking forward to expanding that footprint and also getting a little bit deeper where we are. We want to bring what we do to people, to share it with more and more people. We want to hear more stories of people conceiving their first child after spending some time with our products.
Like you said, it's the story that doesn't take place on the label or isn't here in the distillery that's just amazing, because you are bringing people closer together.
The story is people having fun together. The story is not us. The story is not the product. The story is people living their lives and bringing friends and family together.
I love that. I love the authenticity, and I love the fact that you've had some time to speak with us today. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thanks, Adam.
I think it's time to have a Few.
Enjoy.
Until the next show, L'chaim.